establishing and maintaining standards. Maintaining this attitude and standard of excellence is a responsibility not limited to officers, staff non-commissioned officers, or non-commissioned officers. It is the responsibility of all Marines. That's the attitude you want to have with your team, with your company, with your business. That attitude of excellence and maintaining the standard of excellence isn't responsibility just of the leadership, it's the responsibility of everyone. Leadership, in the long run, depends upon the example set by the leader, not only as a warfighter, but also as a citizen and a human being. So the leader has to display a high level of, I'm not sure what the right word is, a high level of bearing, a high level of presence in all situations, not just as a Marine, but in all levels. Mm-hmm. Setting a personal example requires high moral standards reflecting virtue, honor, patriotism, and subordination in personal behavior and in performance. These inner qualities that mark leaders. These are the inner qualities that mark leaders. Rather than outward marks of greatness, they are often deeply buried. And in many cases, one must look closely to see an individual's inner strengths. So you're not always going to see, it's not always the guy beating his chest. That's the best leader. And it has an example of that here. Major General John A. Lejeune described Medal of Honor recipient Sergeant Major John H. Quick. Perhaps of all the Marines I ever knew, Quick approached more nearly the perfect type of non-commissioned officer. A calm, forceful, intelligent, loyal, and courageous man he was. I never knew him to raise his voice, lose his temper, use profane language, and yet he exacted and obtained prompt and explicit obedience from all persons subject to his orders. The image of the Marine barking orders, you have to balance that. You have to balance that with the reality of the example just given of Sergeant Major John H. Quick. In the Marine Corps, we are trained to endure combat, violence, and death, along with other less arduous situations in both peace and war. Simply because we bear arms and wield awesome power, we do not have limitless authority to unleash it without due requirement. We may not say, as one enemy commander said, kill all, burn all, destroy all. So again, the image and the stereotype of a Marine or of an American soldier has to be balanced with the facts of who they really are. And that is that they are trained, that they don't have limitless authority to unleash the awesome power without due requirement. Now, of course, these are human beings. And there are military people in the Marine Corps, in the Army, in the SEAL teams, and special operations that go over the line. And that's something that gets dealt with. So I'm not sitting here claiming that this is a perfect situation. But I am giving you the ideal that the Marine Corps itself sets out upon its Marines of what it wants their Marines to be like. Mm-hmm.